Hello, I'm Chris. This is Gross Models. Welcome to issue 11 of building the Back to the Future Delorean. In this issue, we will be building the engine support plus collecting rods, and we get some fixing screws as well, obviously. Let's do the building, and then we'll get on with having a look at the rest of the magazine as ever. On this one, we're going to be building this as is, and then attaching it to the chassis that we've been dealing with before. So yeah, let's get on with it. We've got this part here, which goes that way round. We need some DM screws, which I have here. I'll get a couple of those out for now. Screwdriver, let's use the new one, shall we? These parts go onto there. Now these are the same. No difference. No differences between those, so it doesn't matter which one goes which side. They're going on there like that, being held in place with one of the DM screws. So let's get that on there. Like that. Actually, I'm going to use the slightly bigger screwdriver. I think it's going to fit in there a little bit nicer. Yeah, that's a little bit better. That goes in there. These are just the ends of the engine supports. Secure them with the screws. Yeah, let's do that. That one on there. That one on there. Like that. Yep. Right, next up, we're placing the parts under, aligning through the holes and securing them with HM screws. So let's get those tightened up on there first. Okay, again, these don't matter which way round they go. One is the same as the other, so let's get a couple of those screws out there. These are longer than I expected. Right, so these are going in from the outside here. That bit goes through there, just like that. Right, let's just check to see. Pretty sure these are just holes, so the screw thread is going to be in that part. No, that's not there. It must be threaded through into the bit that we've just attached. Through there, through there. That's screwing into a thing. Get that screwed into there a bit more. And get that lined up over the little bit of thread that's sticking out. And then we can take that all the way through the rest of it. And indeed, out the other side. I think, yep, that's just lining up on the other side. Okay, I've got no mental image of what that's going to attach to, where it's going, or anything about that at all. It's quite interesting to me building these things, not knowing how it's going to attach. That's interesting. It must be just the inside bit on that one that's threaded, because that's gone straight through without any trouble at all. Get that back out again. Put that in there. And we can go back through. There we go. And that should... yeah, it's coming out the other side. And that's tightening down a little bit on there. Okay, yeah, I've got no mental picture as to exactly what part that's going to be for anything else. This one goes over this side. And more DM screws for that. Let's get a few of those out. Obviously, that's only one left in there, so we're not going to be using that anymore. This will be held on with 2 DM screws through there and into that basing piece. A bit like that. Another one next to it. Yeah, I can't picture anything about how this would be. I assume, again, that this is basically the shape of the actual thing inside. It's not just a moulded structural thing for the build, but I've got no idea. Through there into there. Yep. One more screw there, and then 2 more screws. I didn't get enough screws out. Oh well. I used to be able to just guess and tip out the right number of screws, but obviously my talent for doing that has faded. Get that one in there. Then these obviously have a particular side. That's going to go on that side. And it's held in place with 1 screw. And then the other one. I'll do the other one off camera. And I shall get the... Interesting. That's showing that as having another hole on the bottom there, but it obviously hasn't. Strange. Another case of the instruction magazine not being quite right. So yeah, it's interesting. Right, that's it there. I'll get the other one on, and then we'll get the framework in and attack. Okay, there we go. That's that all on there. This is going underneath there. There's a couple of locating pins, and then 4 screws to either side that hold that in place on there. Obviously, this is the front because it's got steering, but the engine goes in the back on this car. That's another thing that seems a little bit strange to most vehicles. But yeah, we know it goes on the back because it's got the whole big vent things and the Mr. Fusion thing and stuff all on the back. I just didn't... It didn't register as being, obviously, it's a rear engine car. Because not very many are. It's very interesting. So yeah, this is obviously quite close to the back, so they may be something to do with the rear wheels. I really don't know. I can't tell yet. We'll get there soon. There is another wheel to build very shortly, but I don't know if we're going to be attaching it quite yet. Obviously, we've got more suspension and things to build up as well. I don't know exactly when that is. I haven't really looked to see at the packs that I've already got, but I've got another 3, I think, to do. What's this, 11? Yes, I have 12, 13 and 14 to build. So yeah, we'll see exactly how far we get through that. There is obviously, again, on this, the front part I haven't got yet. So that's not on there yet. There's a bit that goes on the front here with the steering linkage and something about a roll bar, I think, as well. But so far, so good. That's that attached onto there. That is the end of this part of the build, but let's bring in the magazine and have a look at the articles. So we have the production diary. School's out for Christmas, so the filmmakers move in. I didn't realise that they filmed that over Christmas, but it makes sense. They used an actual school. It was an ideal time for them to do it because obviously over the Christmas break they weren't at school. So yeah, cool. Eric Stoltz, again, the original Marty McFly, but yeah, didn't realise quite how much they'd filmed with him in the role. Be interesting to see a version of the film with him. The Inside the Time Machine, obviously traditional, iconic time panel. Yeah, all good. We've got Doc's clock on there as well, the flux capacitor. Yeah, I like all of that. Time Traveler's Guide, looking at Biff, obviously young Biff in there. Right, next time, the left rear axle. All right, we're doing, again, pretty much what we've done before. I don't know if it's going to be installed at the same time, but there's some different parts in there as well. Should be no trouble to install that because the rear part of the car is okay. It's the front part that I've not got all the bits for. So that's that to come very shortly. That's the parts, obviously, that I've just done. So thank you very much for watching. Hopefully you're enjoying the build, even though, say, some of it's going to be a little bit out of order. Not out of order, just not in the correct order. You know what I mean. Thanks for watching. Stay safe. I shall see you soon. Bye bye.